Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Elvisa. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoy girl chats, lifestyle content, fashion, beauty, overall bettering yourself, then stick around because there will be a lot more videos out soon. This whole video is about some things that I wish I learned in my early 20s. I am in my late 20s now. I'm 26. I'll be turning 27 in a couple months. And I really wanted to make this video really for the girls who are maybe, starting their early 20s and kind of confused about life and have a lot of questions. I wanted to kind of talk about the life lessons that I've learned and what I wish I probably knew sooner in life, and some things that I'm still trying to figure out now, even in my later 20s. So the one thing I probably would have told my younger 20-year-old self is that it is okay to be yourself and to say no. Oh my gosh, so many times I would say yes to demands and, requests, especially when I actually didn't want to do any of the things that people were asking me to do, but I wanted to be liked and I wanted to be seen. And at the end of it, I honestly just ended up feeling so used, not important. And it was something that really I still struggle with today, saying no. If I knew back then that saying no was okay, I think 26-year-old me, almost turning 27-year-old me, would feel more comfortable now saying no and staying firm on my boundaries. I think that is something that most women go through, where we have to be compliant, we have to look ladylike, right? And so that means saying yes to anything. And I would have told younger me that it's okay to say no. It's okay to set those boundaries, because if you end up giving yourself up for other people, you end up losing yourself at the end. The second thing that I would have told my younger self is that it's okay to make mistakes. I remember always feeling like I was a failure. Even if I had done the slightest thing, like dropped a bottle or, didn't do well on a test, I felt so much shame for not being perfect. And if I could go back and tell my younger self that it's okay to make mistakes because that is the way that you learn, I would have. I think there's so much shame wrapped around making a mistake, and there's not a lot of energy towards learning that, owning that mistake, right? Owning that mistake to say, you know what, that taught me something. I think a lot of times when we make a mistake, there is a lot of shame behind it, and we're forced to hide it, when in reality, we should really embrace it and be thankful that we went through something because it teaches us something. The third thing that I would tell my younger self is that friendship breakups, I think, hurt so much more than actual breakups and will leave you in such confusion and will hurt you in ways that you probably didn't know. But that friendship breakup was supposed to happen, because anyone who leaves your life and doesn't communicate why should never be in your life in the first place. I remember going through a friendship breakup with one of these girls that I would consider my best friend. I'd known her for 4 years, from the beginning of college towards the end of college, and she had decided to stop talking to me, ghosted me essentially. And I remember going through 3 or 4 years thinking about this person and wondering, what did I ever do, trying to piece things together. And I had to come to terms that, people that you end up becoming friends with may not be in your life for a particular reason. When I had felt that pain for the friendship breakup, it was a pain that lingered. It was really honestly a grief period that I went through. It was like losing somebody, but not understanding why, right? It wasn't like a breakup where you could have an explanation. It was just gone. I would have told myself to prepare, right? And I would also told myself that if anyone who ever enters your life decides to leave and they don't offer you an explanation, they're not worthy of being your life at the end of the day. And the friends that will pick up the phone and be there for you will do that no matter how long you've spoken with them, right? Even if it's been 2 years, and if you can text them and call them, those are the type of people that you need in your life. And those who just ghost and leave really has nothing to do with you, but a reflection of themselves. I would tell my younger self to not get caught up in the idea of a romantic relationship. And I say this from a person who would describe herself as a hopeless romantic. And I think that is my fault that came into play in my early 20s. Thinking that any sort of validation from any person is better than nothing. And that necessarily is not the case at all. You should be seeking that validation from yourself, because if somebody enters your life and leaves, you are going to feel completely crushed, confused, lost, and all that love and care you gave to someone else will be gone. You won't know how to love yourself properly. So I would tell my younger self, stay away from that and just focus on you and giving yourself that love and care, taking care of yourself, going to the gym, doing therapy, being with friends, family. I'd really tell myself that. I would tell my younger self to be patient. I was always rushing to be older. I always felt like if I got to age 18, if I got to age 21, if I got to age 23, I would be so much happier, I would be so much better. And, you know, the case is that feeling like you have to rush and not enjoy those moments for yourself, it's not fair. I mean, it really isn't fair at all to ever feel like you have to rush through your life to feel happy. I would tell my younger self that you should enjoy every aspect of your early 20s. The saying goes, you know, when you're a kid and you want to grow up and your parent is like, trust me, you don't want to grow up, stay a kid. Like, I would tell my younger self, like, stay like in your 20s and have fun, like find more friends. I would tell myself that you don't need to be shy, and you don't need to be an older age to feel happy and secure in yourself. Patience is one of the things that a lot of people still lack today, because if I was patient enough and knew it was coming, I would know that I was getting into grad school. I would know that I would be successful in my career. I know that I would have graduated, and all of these things that I was so scared about not getting, I just needed to relax and be patient because they were coming for me. I would tell my younger self that the person that you are today is definitely not going to be the person that you are 6 years from now. You are going to go through different realms of figuring yourself out, trying to identify what your identity is, what your purpose is, what do you mean for yourself, who are you, what do you want for life. You are going to go through so many things, so it is okay to be lost, it is okay to cry, and it is okay to have those emotions because they matter, and you don't have to hide them, and you should never feel ashamed. Lastly, I would tell my younger self that you are enough, and you should never be around those who make you feel like you're not enough, because you truly are. I had gone through so much of my life thinking that I was too much for people, and if I ever thought that now, I literally would just leave that partnership or that relationship or whatever it may be, because it wasn't serving me at the end of the day. And it's something that I still have to grow accustomed to, and I would teach younger me that way sooner. All right, you guys, that is the end of the video. If you were in your older 20s, like, let me know what life advice you'd want to know when you were younger, and if you're in your younger 20s, let me know if there's anything that you want guidance on. But that is that. I hope you guys stick around and subscribe.